Hi everyone, good to have you in class today. All right, my name is Chinedu. Thank you for joining. Thank you for inviting your friends, your classmates, and your relatives. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being part of what we do here. Our goal is to build your academic foundation and help you solve fundamental academic problems, which is going to help you both academically and in real life. Yeah, in real life too. Okay, let's dive into today's class. Now, we're looking at business finance and we're looking at basic math to finance, okay? And the first thing we're going to be looking here is a time preference or time value of money, okay? Time value of money. Now, when we say time value of money, now the question is, why would a layman or a rational person value 5 naira today higher than in the later future or in a later date? Do you understand my question? Why would somebody value the money received now than that same amount to be received on a later date? You understand? Now, the point is, as a financier or somebody who is planning to delve into business, it is very important that you stay conscious of your financial portfolios. You stay conscious and have a good knowledge of your investments. Okay. Now there are very few reasons why a 5 naira now can be valued higher or lower in the near future. And these reasons are: number one, we have inflation. Number two, we have uncertainty. And number three, we have investment, we should call it investment decisions. Okay? These are just few reasons why a 5 naira today or a 10 naira today or whatever amount it may be can be valued higher or lower in the future than what it is now. I don't know if you understand it. Okay, now there are basic parameters that will help us determine the time value of money. And as a small investor or somebody who is trying to get a good decision on various investments to take, there are some parameters that will help you determine the time value of money. And we're going to look into them very quickly. So we're going to look at simple interest. Now, when we say simple interest is simply the amount paid for using a particular amount of money or a particular sum of money over a period of time. That's what we mean by simple interest. In a nutshell, it is the rate you pay for using a particular sum of money over a period of time, say in years. It's usually in years. Let's say 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, as the case may be. So that's interest, that particular amount you pay for using a particular sum of money over a period of time is what we call simple interest. So it's usually expressed as simple interest is equal to principal times rate times time. Okay? Principal times rate times time. The principal is the amount, then the rate is the percentage on which the interest is charged. Then the time is the number of time or the number of period the money is being expected to be paid back. Sorry. All right. So let's look at a very simple example that will help us. ABC Limited invested 100,000 naira for 10 months at 10%. Then what is the simple interest? What is the simple interest? Okay, that's what we want to determine now. Okay. Simple interest is equal to 100,000 over 1 times 10 over 12 times 10% is 10 over 100. Okay, so this goes off. So we have 100,000 over 1 times this 1 times 1. Okay, same thing as 1. Then this is 12. Okay, so 100,000 divided by 12. Let's use our calculator. So we have 100,000 divided by 12. We have 8333.33. Okay, this is approximately 8,333 naira. Okay, so our simple interest is equal to 8,333 naira. That's our simple interest. Okay, all right. Now we can know the amount to pay. This is a simple interest. We can know the amount to pay by simply saying amount is equal to the principal plus interest. Amount is equal to principal plus interest. Let's use our example in the previous, let's use our example here. So the amount now will be, the principal here is 100,000 plus the interest here is 8,333. Okay, so amount is equal to 100,000 plus this will give us 108,333. This is the amount. Do you understand? Also, amount being equal to principal plus interest. This can also be written as this. Amount is equal to the principal plus interest. Simple interest formula. You remember, simple interest is equal to principal times rates times time. Interest here, we substitute this formula. Since the interest here is equal to this, so now say principal times rates times time. This is for this is for this. Okay, now amount will now be equal to principal plus this is PRT. Okay, now amount is equal to take out the common factor here, which is P bracket 1 plus RT. So we have this also, which is the same as this. Okay, so amount is equal to principal plus interest, which is the same thing as here. Amount equal to principal bracket 1 plus RT close bracket. This and this are the same. All right, okay, now that's that about simple interest. Then number 2, it's simple discount notes. Simple discount notes. Okay, simple discount note. Now what is a simple discount note? In this case, the lender first deducts the interest and give the remainder to the borrower. Now that remainder that is being given to the borrower is what we call the proceed. Do you understand? A lender, unlike simple interest, where the interest comes as the payment is being, as the borrower is being is making the repayment. In this case, it is not the same. In this case, the lender first deducts the interest and give the remainder to the borrower. That remainder that is being given to the borrower is called the proceed. Okay. Now, another case is this: before the proceed is given to the borrower, or before the interest is being deducted, that total amount is called the maturity value. So we have the proceed, we have the maturity value. The proceed is the remainder, that's the amount remaining that is being given to the borrower after the interest have been deducted at initial stage. Now, why the maturity value is both the interest, before the interest was deducted, that total amount is what we call the maturity value. Okay, now let's look at a very quick example. Let's use example in the previous section. Okay, let's say ABC borrowed same 100,000 for 10 months. For 10 months, then 10%. Okay, find the proceeds and the maturity value. Okay, now the formula for simple discount note is D equal to ART. Okay, D stands for simple discount note, A stands for amount, R stands for rate, T stands for time. D stands for simple discount note, A stands for amount, R stands for rate, and T stands for time. Okay, so let's use our formula. Okay, before we solve this problem, the maturity value is equal to the proceeds is equal to maturity value minus simple discount note. The proceed, remember, we talk about the proceed, we talk about the maturity value, okay? So the proceed is equal to maturity value minus this simple discount note. Now, you can still know what the maturity value is. Maturity value is equal to proceed plus simple discount note. Proceed is equal to maturity value minus simple discount note. While the simple discount note is equal to amount times rates times time. Okay, now let's solve our problem. Are we good? Okay, so simple discount notes will now be equal to the amount there is 100,000 times the rate there is 10%. The time there is 10 months, right? So we have 10 over 12. Okay, so D is equal to 100,000 times, this will give us over 12. Okay, so this will give us 833. Yeah, same figure we had when dealing with simple interest. Okay, so 833. So this is the amount that will be deducted from. This is the amount, the discount that will be deducted from the amount, then the proceed will be given to the borrower. Now, this for simple discount notes. Now, let's look at the proceed. Proceed is equal to maturity value minus simple discount. Okay? So, proceed will now be equal to, the maturity value is this, 10,000, 100,000 minus simple discount note, 8,333. So proceed will now be equal to 100,000 minus this, 100,000 minus 8,333 equal to 91,667. 91,667. Yeah, so this is the proceed. Now, the maturity value is equal to the proceed plus the simple discount note. Okay, so maturity value here will now be equal to, the proceed is 91,667 plus simple discount note 8,333, which will now be equal to 100,000. Sorry. So this is a typical example of what we're talking about. The simple discount notes, we got this. Then to get our proceeds, the maturity value, which is this amount minus this simple discount note, and we got 91,067. In the same way, we want to know what the maturity value is. We do that by adding the proceeds plus the simple discount note, which will also give us 100,000 naira. All right, I don't want to make the class too long. We're going to stop here. If you have any question, if you're not clear in any area here, kindly use the comment section. And do not forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay? All right, thank you for being part of the class. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.